He was more than just a leader of Libya. He was a man who challenged the entire global system and envisioned a completely different future for Africa. This is the story of Muammar Gaddafi, born in 1942 in the vast Libyan desert. Gaddafi grew up in a country where foreign powers controlled its wealth and dictated its future. This reality lit a fire in him from a very young age. By 1969, at just 27 years old, he led a bloodless revolution, overthrowing the monarchy and declaring that Libya now belonged to its people. His core belief was simple yet radical. Africa must never depend on the West for its survival. With Libya's immense oil wealth, Gaddafi embarked on a massive national transformation. He poured money into education, healthcare, housing, and infrastructure. Under his rule, Libya rose to have one of the highest standards of living in Africa. Education was free, healthcare was free, and basic necessities were within reach for ordinary citizens. This was a level of progress that many other nations could only dream of. But Gaddafi's vision wasn't confined to Libya's borders. He was a passionate, almost relentless champion of Pan-African unity. Imagine this: a single African currency, one passport for the entire continent, and a united African military powerful enough to defend its own interests. This wasn't just a dream for him. He actively funded liberation movements, supported African institutions like the African Union, and publicly challenged the global powers he saw as exploiting the continent for its resources. He wasn't afraid to speak truth to power, no matter how powerful the audience. To the Western world, Gaddafi was a troublemaker, a rebel, someone who was unpredictable and dangerously defiant. But to millions of Africans, he was a hero, a symbol of resistance against a long history of imperial dominance. His fearless criticism of Western interference won him both powerful enemies and devoted admirers across the globe. He was a voice for a continent that often felt voiceless on the world stage. However, it's impossible to talk about Gaddafi without acknowledging the controversies. His leadership was absolute. Power was centralized in his hands, and there was little room for political dissent. Libya's entire system revolved around his personality and his authority. This created a complex picture of a leader who brought prosperity to his people but demanded total control in return. These contradictions make him one of the most debated and polarizing figures in modern African history. Then came 2011. A wave of internal unrest amplified by foreign military intervention brought Gaddafi's 42-year rule to a violent and tragic end. In the years that followed, Libya spiraled into chaos and instability, a state from which it is yet to fully recover. This tragic outcome raises a painful and lingering question that many people still ask today. Was Africa stronger with Gaddafi, or has it been weakened without him? The legacy of Muammar Gaddafi is deeply complex, filled with light and shadow. But one thing is absolutely undeniable. He forced the world to pay attention. He challenged Africa to think bigger than its colonial era borders, and he dared to dream of a continent that was united, proud, and truly independent. What do you think about his legacy? Let me know in the comments. And for more stories like this, make sure to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching.